show is a tribute to Andy Irons, Triple Crown surf champion who passed away a few weeks ago, a very good friend of the Penn family. Baby J said, you want to get me back? You want to get me back into my positive frame of mind? Let me fight Matt Hughes. Dana White called him, said, all right, this is what's up next. And man, he was ready to go. He is ready to scrap.
Well, you know what? Just 2 fights ago, BJ Penn was being discussed as one of the very best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. His domination of Kenny Florian and Diego Sanchez had led people to say that, you know what? His problem had been when he moved up to 170, he was just too small to deal with a guy like George St. Pierre. But in his natural weight class, he is utterly dominant. Well, Frankie Edgar stopped all that talk. He won a decision in Abu Dhabi and then absolutely dominated him in the rematch, won every single round. That's not the BJ Penn that we know of as being like one of the greatest champions ever. It's a BJ Penn that just does not have the same motivation.
He's motivated tonight.
Well, he's going to need to be, because Matt Hughes has a lot of momentum on his side. BJ knows he needs to turn it around. He needs to get his career back on track. And to do that, he needs to beat his most bitter rival in Matt Hughes.
Matt Hughes calls his victory over BJ Penn the biggest win of his Hall of Fame career. And I asked BJ about that yesterday. He said, you know what? I think my win over Matt Hughes back in the day is probably still my greatest victory, because Hughes was the man back then and BJ took his belt. And he's gone old school for this completion of the trilogy. Matt Pena in his corner, Jeremy Horn, Jens Pulver, back to the golden days in Iowa for Matt Hughes, one of the greatest champions of all time.
Well, this is a great fight for Matt Hughes as far as timing goes. Coming off of the victory over Matt Serra, then he stops Renzo Gracie, and then after the Renzo Gracie fight, he puts Ricardo Almeida to sleep. Ricardo was regarded as one of the top contenders at 170 pounds to take a look at. He was one of the guys that everybody had their eye on as being a potential future champion. Matt Hughes put a stop to all that nonsense and put him to sleep. So Matt comes into this fight highly motivated, very confident, and in incredible shape. Put in a full, hard training camp for this with Jeremy Horn and all those guys down in Utah. And he's in prime condition, ready to rock and roll.
UFC record 18 victories inside the octagon. UFC record 9 title fight wins for Hughes. Jeremy Horn and Matt Hughes have been together for years. Jens Pulver, one of his closest friends, as is Robbie Lawler. BJ Penn, Matt Hughes, set to meet tonight for the 3rd time. First one went to BJ Penn at the Mandalay Bay back in '04. 2 years later in Anaheim, Matt Hughes defeated BJ Penn in round 3. A lot of momentum, Joe, as you mentioned, right now being possessed by Matt Hughes. For this legendary matchup is brought to you by UFC Store. The sport lives here. Hughes, 6 years the elder of the prodigy. Matt Hughes will have a 3-inch reach advantage. With the introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. Brought to you by Faster. This Thanksgiving, if you're on his list, then you're already dead. Dwayne Johnson in Faster, in theaters Wednesday. BSN, the makers of the Ultra Premium Sit the Six RTD, the official protein beverage of the UFC. At Affliction, live fast at afflictionclothing.com. And now, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter holding a professional record, 15 wins, 7 losses, 1 draw. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 169 pounds. Fighting out of Waianaku, Hilo, Hawaii. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC lightweight and UFC welterweight champion, the Prodigy, BJ Penn. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 46 wins, 7 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 169 pounds. Fighting out of Hillsboro, Illinois, he is the former UFC welterweight champion of the world, Matt Hughes. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of this contest, Dan Miragliotta.
All right, guys, been through the rules in the locker room. We both understand the rules, correct? Why don't you protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. All right, good luck, guys.
Matt Hughes. BJ Penn. One more time.
You ready? You ready? Let's go fight, guys.
Tonight's clock brought to you by Faster. This Thanksgiving, if you're on his list, then you're already dead. Dwayne Johnson in Faster, in theaters Wednesday. Penn starts out quickly. Black trumps for Penn. Camouflage trumps for Hughes. Kick is caught. The Prodigy rocked him. BJ Penn has done it. It's all over. BJ Penn knocks out Matt Hughes.
Man.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
The Prodigy is back.
You know what? I knew coming into this fight that BJ was going to have an advantage in the striking, but I didn't know he was going to be able to take it out that quick. BJ just ran out of the octagon.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go.
BJ caught him with the right hand and had him hurt and just swarmed on him. Let's see it again. Look at this counter right over the top. Bam. Hughes drops. BJ just tees off on him, and that's a wrap.
That's a huge win on so many levels for BJ Penn.
Man, he was fired up. He's on top of Troy Mandalonis' head screaming now.
Baby J, BJ Penn defeats Matt Hughes. And here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Miragliotta has called a stop to this contest at 21 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout, the Prodigy, BJ Penn.
Man, he's always been one of MMA's elite. 21 seconds, and he wins the rubber match. Baby J will visit with Joe Rogan.
All right, I'm here with a fired-up former champion, BJ Penn. BJ, tremendous performance. You went out there and you just put it to him and put it to him quick. How you feeling?
I love you, Detroit!
Max, we've seen you here in the victor's position. Tell us how you're feeling right now.
I'm pumped up. Thank Dana for putting the fight together, for Titus giving me a job. Andy Irons, I love you. Hawaii, I love you. Joe Rogan, I love you.
I love you too, man.
Force Factor!
All right, I'm here with the Hall of Famer, Matt Hughes. Matt, obviously you're disappointed. You got clipped. You got clipped early. Tell us how you're feeling.
Well, he did. He hit me hard. Actually, when I felt the hit, I thought it was a knee or a kick. It wasn't a clip. He hit me pretty hard.
Obviously, this is an important fight for you, the rubber match. You're very disappointed, but what happens next? You had a tremendous amount of momentum coming into this fight. Do you just go back and sit and think about things, or what's the plan from here?
You know, I don't know what the plan is now. I had a perfect training camp coming into this. This is one of those fights where I would have paid my purse to Dana White to put this fight together. I had a lot of momentum. I had a lot on the line. This was a huge fight for me. So, to be honest, I don't know what goes on now.
Well, listen, you know, you have a lot of fans here tonight. I'm one of them. We always love to watch you perform, and we love to watch you compete again. And thank you very much for everything. Matt Hughes, ladies and gentlemen.
Pure class, as always. The Hall of Famer, Matt Hughes. Forrest Griffin, Ultimate Fighter winner and former light heavyweight champion in the crowd tonight. How about some action from earlier here in Detroit? He